Wisconsin is doing what no health authority is advising and what critics call undemocratic. As the coronavirus pandemic has 3 in 4 Americans on some kind of lockdown, the dairy state, home to milk-bearing cows, cheese, and now an out-of-control viral outbreak, is going forward with its Tuesday election. Some mayors say Wisconsin is asking people to choose between their health and their right to vote.
The legitimacy of elections are a pretty sacred thing in a democracy. And I'm worried that after the fact, hindsight being 2020, people will say, yeah, you know what? There are a lot of people that wanted to vote and didn't feel like they could safely do it. And so they chose not to. And this is not an accurate reflection of the will of the people.
It is, to put it mildly, a bold move. 15 other states have postponed their primaries or moved to vote entirely by mail. More than 100 Wisconsin cities and towns lack the poll workers to open a single voting booth, so the governor has called in the Army National Guard to do their jobs. For presidential candidates, this is a primary, so most Democratic voters will choose between Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. For local officials, it's a general election, and Democrats say the Republican-controlled legislature opted to go forward for a cynical reason. They believe that fear of the virus will drive down turnout in urban Democratic areas, but less so in rural areas dominated by Republicans.
That is our campaign.
Even Bernie Sanders, who won here in 2016 but is behind in recent polls, called for a delay.
We don't want people to have to risk their lives in order to cast the vote.
With no delay, many Wisconsinites are left with a choice. One is to vote by mail, but there are drawbacks.
There will inevitably be some significant share of voters who are unable to participate in the election because they have difficulty getting the ballot or returning it on time, because they have difficulty getting the signature of a witness on the ballot envelope, which is required in Wisconsin, or because they have difficulty getting an ID that is required to request the absentee ballot in the first place.
Otherwise, voters can risk getting the virus by going in person or simply not vote at all. John Hendren, Al Jazeera, Chicago.